You arrive without a sound, not on a platform, not through a door. You are simply here, standing in the narrow corridor of a moving train. The first thing you notice is not the motion, but the sound. It is not the comforting clatter of a journey. It is a rhythm that never resolves, a loop of steel grinding on steel that hangs in the air, unfinished. A question without an answer. You feel the vibration travel up from the soles of your feet, settling in your teeth. A sense of immense speed, of unstoppable momentum. Yet, when you turn your head and look through the window, the landscape is a frozen photograph of night. A single, skeletal tree hangs against a starless black canvas, utterly still. It does not recede. It does not approach. You are moving, but you are not going anywhere. This is the first truth of this place. The corridor is long and featureless behind you. The only way is forward. You place a hand on the heavy brass handle of the next car and push. The door opens into a library. The air smells of brittle paper and decaying leather. Books are stacked from the floor to the curved ceiling, their spines a mosaic of faded gold. In the center, a woman stands on a rolling ladder, her hands a frantic blur. She pulls a book, checks its spine, and slots it into a space. But for every book she places, another, on a shelf just out of her sight, slides silently out of alignment. Her work is a frantic, perfect ballet of futility. She is cataloging an ocean with a thimble. You watch her, and a strange current runs through you. An alien impulse. On the wall beside you hangs a small framed map of an unknown city. It is tilted just barely. An insistent, quiet pressure builds behind your eyes. A need to correct it, a need to make it right. You clench your fists and the feeling subsides, leaving a faint metallic taste in your mouth. You leave the woman to her endless task and move to the next car. This one is a grand dining hall from a forgotten era. Long tables are draped in white linen, set with porcelain and silver for 100 guests who will never arrive. The light from the chandeliers is dim, jaundiced. A man in a stained tuxedo stands at the head of the main table. He holds a single silver fork. He breathes on it and polishes its tines with a slow circular motion. Over and over and over. The fork gleams with an impossible brilliance, but every other piece of silverware in the vast room is coated in a thick black tarnish. His focus is absolute. He is polishing one star while the rest of the firmament rusts into darkness. He does not seem to notice you, but as you pass his table, his polishing hand stills. He does not turn his head, but his eyes lift from the fork and find you in the tarnished reflection of a water pitcher. The eyes are not unkind. They are not curious. They are ancient with recognition. He has seen you before, 1,000 times before. His gaze flicks down to the empty place setting beside you, to the blackened spoon resting on the napkin, then back to you. He gives a single, slow nod, a confirmation. He knows your destination. You hurry onward, the weight of his gaze on your back. The next door is different. It is cold to the touch, the metal warped and sealed with rust that flakes away under your fingers. It takes all your strength to pull it open, and the screech of protest echoes in the sudden silence. The rhythmic grinding of the train is gone here. You step into a dead space. This car is a ruin. Thick, grey vines, thorned and leafless, crawl over the seats and snake across the floor. The windows are opaque with grime, and a fine, choking dust hangs in the air, sparkling in the sliver of light from the open door. The silence has a weight. It presses on your shoulders, a heavy cloak you cannot remove. This car is a memory of failure, a monument to a passenger who could no longer manage their journey. It is a scar, a hollowed-out bone that the rest of the train is forced to drag through the endless night. A chilling cold seeps into you as you walk its length, a profound lethargy that clings to your skin. The price of surrender is not peace. It is this, a silent, perpetual decay. You burst through the far door, gasping, the sound of the train returning like a rush of blood to the head. You do not look back. Now, you move with a new urgency. You are no longer an observer. You are a trespasser in a place with rules you are only beginning to understand. You pass through a car where the walls are made of clocks, hundreds of them, from tiny pocket watches to enormous grandfather clocks. Their hands spin at different speeds, their ticking a chaotic downpour of sound. For a terrifying moment, the frantic beat syncs with your own racing heart, and you stumble, dizzy. You flee into the next car. It is a vast, empty theater. Rows of velvet seats face a bare stage, lit by a single, harsh spotlight. There is no audience. There is no play. But as you walk the center aisle, whispers slither from the wings. They are soft, insidious. They speak of chances you did not take, of words you should not have said. They know the shape of your regrets. They know your name, the need to check the door behind you to ensure it is locked against the whispers is a physical, clawing thing in your throat. It is in the theater that you meet the conductor. He is not a man. He is a silhouette in a uniform, a space where a person should be. He stands beneath the spotlight on the stage, his form absorbing the light, creating no shadow. He holds no lantern, no whistle. He does not speak. He simply turns his featureless face towards you and raises a gloved hand. He points, forward, always forward. He steps down from the stage, his movements silent and fluid. He stops before you and extends his other hand. In his palm lies a single cardboard ticket. It is old, the corners softened with time. There is no seat number, no destination. There is only one word, written in a spidactic, familiar hand. You know the handwriting. It is your own. And you know the word. It is the name of a fear so deep you have never given it voice. It is the cornerstone of your own quiet anxieties, the invisible architect of your doubts. Seeing it written here, in this place, is a violation. The truth arrives not as a gentle dawn, but as a fall from a great height. This is not just any train. This is not a random collection of lost souls. It is a sequence, a progression. You have not been exploring. You have been walking a very specific path, the library of unfinished tasks, the dining hall of tarnished appearances, the mausoleum of surrender. They were not just cars. They were warnings. They were prelude. You are not a visitor here. You are a passenger, and the conductor has just shown you your ticket. You have been walking toward your own car all along. The air changes. The cars you pass through now are no longer clinical observations of another's pain. They resonate with a terrible familiarity. You enter a car that is an office filled with telephones. They are all ringing, a chorus of shrill, unanswered demands. You feel a phantom vibration in your own pocket, a ghost of an obligation you have failed to meet. You pass into a hallway lined with doors. They are all slightly ajar, leaking slivers of warm, tempting light. From behind them come the sounds of laughter, of conversations you long to join, of music you almost remember. But you know, with a certainty that chills you to the bone, that if you were to push one open, you would find only an empty room. They are the doors to moments you have already missed. The symptoms are no longer nascent. They are your own. the compulsion to fix what is broken, to polish what is tarnished, to answer what is calling, to lock away the whispering doubts. It is a storm inside you. The rhythmic looping sound of the train is the loudest thing you have ever heard. It is the sound of your own mind circling a single, worn thought, grinding it down, but never breaking it. And then you see it. At the end of the hall of missed opportunities, a door. It is plain, unpainted wood, no window, no number. It is utterly unremarkable, and yet you know it is yours. A cold draft, unique and specific, radiates from it. The feeling of your own private dread made real. The conductor is gone. There is only you and the door to your car. Your hand is trembling, not from fear, but from the grim pull of recognition. This is the place you have been walking towards your entire life. You reach out. Your fingers touch the cool, smooth wood. There is no handle. You only need to push, to accept. You take a breath that does not fill your lungs, and you step through. You are standing in a narrow corridor. The walls are bare. The light is dim. Through the window, a single skeletal tree hangs against a starless black canvas, utterly still. You are back where you began. This is your car. The anxiety of movement without progress. The terror of speed without destination. It is not a room of monsters or a library of endless tasks. It is just this, a hallway you can walk forever, but never leave. You look down at your hands, then you look up, down the impossible length of the corridor. You begin to walk, forward, always forward, and the sound of the wheels on the track, that rhythm that never resolves, is the only companion you have. It is the sound of your own heart, beating in time with the perpetual engine. You are the passenger, you are the journey, and you are the cage. The train moves on.